speak that way to her. Well, suffice to say it, I've got my eye.
Ah, hello. I suppose you're here to viciously interrogate me for information I am the Duke of Ferrell. Though I suppose my name is It's very tragic news.
Back, demon! Back, or I'll... Well, what's this? I'll tell you, it sure does me good to set eyes on another of our order. From Academy West, aren't you? Give Captain Wartruce my regards next time you see him. Heavens hornets! That's quite a story, comrade. And come to think of it, see, I'm here on, well, let's call it a loan from... There's been an attack there, comrade. Orcs. Not your run-of-the-mill savages either. The ones who take what they want in Hunter's Edge, I can't say. But it's my responsibility to send them packing. Preferably with their horns in their suitcases. I came south seeking the Legion's help, only to find it tied here in Sicil. They don't have a spare soldier to send northward. You wouldn't. I trained up in Academy North, after all. We don't cross paths with you Westies, all that. Medora's the name. Retired, or so the Order keeps trying to tell me, but never out of commission. My hand by the skin of my teeth, comrade. The savages were rounding up villagers when one of them activated a tripwire on our village wizard's property. Fortunately for me, that particular wizard I managed to wrench free of my captor's grip and flee toward the forest. He pursued me for miles, but I'd lost... Well, comrade, I hadn't thought of it till you tapped my shoulder just... I need a contingent I can trust if I'm to take... I've been scouting Sicil for some time now, and I believe I've sussed out sufficient intel to help solve the murder of the Counselor. With our minds and swords in tandem, well, you know the old expression. 2's a tea party, 3's an invasion. I know this place like the back of my hand by now, and the orcs up north will be short work for a trained up...
Once or twice.
Ha! The closest I've got to my match is when I...
Another Source Hunter on the team will make us all the more formidable against this wicked magic.
That's the spirit. Listen closely now. Do you hear it? That's the sound of...
What have we here? A Source Hunter, is it? Well, my day just became tall as an elf, strong as an orc, but... And my word, what passion. I am Anna. I've cut 1,000 throats, and baked 1,000 bread rolls, stolen the crown jewels of... When the day comes that I die, I contain multitudes, you see, and I am utter... But then, Source Hunter, that I have. For nearly a lifetime, it seems. Well, I'm sure you must know what I mean. Like I believe I have found that component, that body. Yes, you must join the Fabulous Five right away, as soon as time permits. So you've joined up. I can finally offer you our finest adventuring equipment. But you must be thrilled to find yourself a member of a team so widely renowned for its valor. I hear you've been tasked with taking out that crazed robot in the Northern Cave. I'm sure you'd like to equip yourself with... Oh, darling, that was so long ago now. But you are a member of the eminent
Pointless chatter with... How curious of you to show interest in a lonesome stranger at the bar. Let me answer by saying that who I am is hardly any of your... You've been sent after Ahu's insane robot.
such things.
You'll be concerned enough when you realize that report honey won't be likely.
Greetings, traveler. You mean you haven't heard? Oh, steel yourself, friend, for your mortal spirit could be forever transformed from this moment by following her instructions and becoming initiated into the one way we can each... for this hallowed information, you must seek an... There, among her followers and friends, go on the path to the right...
Alistair, have you ever had the fortune of challenging the fabled wizard of hunting?
Stop right there. Until you've received the... Stop right there.
Ready to advance, ready to defend. What can I do for you, comrade?
Stop right there. Until you've received the captain's permission to enter, this door doesn't exist. Got it?
Watch out! I smell... Whoa, the fierce stench of frightened source goblin.
Actually, I think that's only roast pig.
Ah, yes. Yes, of course.
The excuse is more holes than a slice of this fine Gorman bear.
Sightseeing isn't so bad on a quiet day like this, is it?
Leave me be, I have a job to do.
Greetings, greetings. Oh, you are most welcome in my chamber. Customers rarely find me up here, but I do so abhor the hustle and bustle of the marketplace. That I am. I have spent more of my life on the road traveling alongside great You wouldn't believe some of the things I have seen. Oh yes, a city besieged by the dead isn't even remotely... Oh, but let us not discuss. Let us browse and barter. How gratifying that I am. I have spent... You wouldn't believe...
Whatever happened to that troop of eager infantry?
Ah, hello. It's very tragic.
Myself with such things.
How fair!
Welcome to the Town Hall of Sightseeing.
A source hunter? Oh, me? I live alone here in town. Oh, he's always been something of a rascal, calling his petty hooliganism adventuring and endlessly worrying. For my part, I encouraged him to join the Legion. Even got him sparring with Captain Aureus now and that band of... Oh, I don't even know what to call them. Well, they're his heroes.
What? Oh, it's you. Come closer then. Closer? My ears aren't what they used to be. No. What? Oh, you mean Sightseeing? Very difficult times indeed. As though the death of Jake, and by source magic no less, weren't enough. The undead have overrun all but one northern trade route. That's not to mention that at the top of this whole caboodle, there's rumors of some new... And, while we're on the subject of Jake, murdered? Oh, yes. Yes, now most of the townsfolk are certain Jake's wife Esmeralda is responsible. As you can imagine, I've known Esmeralda for years. That business between her and the Duke of Ferrol was always a bit, an all-right bloke, apart from all this Esmeralda nonsense. The whole town knows the only goal of his business trips to Sightseeing is to spend a night or two at the... What of what now? Ah, you mean the staff of Pergamon. Yes, yes. Cecil proved an old fool, though. For the merchant slated to deliver it to me has just informed me that the damn thing has gone missing. I fear it may have fallen into the wrong hands. Oh yes, the Fabulous Five. That machine Ahu built is an abomination. It must be stopped at all costs. That depends. Ah, the library. Yes, yes, you must have a marvelous...
I knew that dark-dealing old man dabbled in source. To the gal...
What? Oh, yes. This library, my Victoria, has every volume you could possibly... Yes. Victoria's come a long way from that little bundle of clothes and tea. What? Oh, yes, yes. I'll be on my way back.
In the name of Amun-Hor, I bid thee Tujda Geta Hal. Be welcome, human. My library, I am Victoria, daughter of Mayor Cecil. Oh, I know what you're thinking. When I was very young, you see, I must have been cast out by my tribe, for I was found in a... The fisherman who found me would have drowned me on the spot, for I am an orc, after all. But praise be Amun, he raised me like I was his own. This kindest of souls taught me the language of men, their customs and their letters. Indeed you may. The wisdom I here hoard is yours to peruse and even take with you. All I can ask... Kajdanor. A brief history of sorcery still hasn't been
lesser
returned.
key of
Everyone will have to pay yet another
What
fine.
nonsense. The Encyclopedia Demonium. I know it by heart.
The knight in see-through armor.
No,
Princess
this isn't
Buttercup
the
with the
grimoire
blushing
I'm
bottom.
looking for. The
Stentekon.
Pseudo-Monarchia
Esmeralda
Demonum.
does have a
The
propensity
first
for all
edition
things
too.
naughty, hasn't
Most
she?
promising.
Lucky find!
The lesser key of Sadakandras. What nonsense. The Pseudo-Monarchia Demonum.
Princess
And the
Buttercup
first
with the
edition
blushing
too.
bottom.
Most promising.
Esmeralda does have a propensity for all things naughty, hasn't she?
The lesser... Omnes autem mali... What? What is this? Who are you to Oh, but perhaps I spoke too soon. Perhaps I was mistaken. No. A source hunter. That is what you are. Yes, a stalker of sorcery. A chaser of charms pernicious. Why? Simply because you hunt source, and I, Jehan, hunt demons. Now, I hate what I hunt. This is a sentiment I'm quite certain you must recognize. On one condition. That on our joint travels we will never deal with demonic entities. No.
Yet another fine.
Agreed. Nothing good ever came from...
Most gratifying. I see you are firm of purpose and thereby ready to descend.
Aaron has as many friends as the man with many cheeses.
Snake, wing of worm, throw and slice them, stir and churn.
Quiet day on the market.
Ah, hello, Purport. I'm a painter. I travel...
But if I'm were to reach... Oh, a source hunter. Imagine that. But, no matter. Even if it couldn't spare its heartiest specimen, I'm sure the order sent... Certainly, what would you like to know? The councillor, terrible loss from what I can tell. It seems to be a simple case of... I declare it and...
Excuse me? This is a private sick room. Who in the name of the Seven do... Oh, I'm sorry. It's this task. I'm an apprentice of the healing arts. Healing. But this decision feels like I've been racking my brain trying to decide on the best method to settle this grave situation. But perhaps it's better... What would you like to know? One of the brave few willing to traverse the trade routes plagued by the undead. A young man, but thankfully for him, a cattle trader found him, nearly dead, but quite the venerable staple of Sicile, Stephen, and recently blessed with his 3rd grandchild. He was leading a crew of builders when a stray beam struck him in the Nearly everyone in Sicile is familiar with grinning Steve. Yes, a curious relic indeed. I got it from I myself was nothing, but it's strange. The stone is only good for a single use at a time. You are?
Yes, Boris deserves to experience all the
Boris it is? Yes, I'll deliver the stone.
Thank
No,
the seven.
no, that's enough of that now.
I don't know what I did to deserve this, but great.
What happened? Is this a dream?
I don't think so. That stone. Somehow it sends us flying into the stars.
Terrible! Terrible! By the quill that lasts a billion words, what's this? Oh, yes. Proper introductions. Zigzags the historian at your service. It is my job. As for how I got here, well, for a historian appointed, how you got here on such a tiny and rapidly What am I doing here? Tell me, friend, when I mentioned that this place is the end, time ought to have no end at all. Indeed, I can think of no word. Show, don't tell, I always say. So go, peer through yonder looking lens at...
Maybe quite mad.
You looked. You saw. Terrifying, isn't... What's this? The portal. It's... The portal has become active. Fantastic, astounding. Onward we should... The portal. It's quite sprung to life. You, dear stranger, you must... Those torches, a light. This portal active once more. Goodness me, how right you are. There's so much to take in, I'd nearly forgotten. It is the void itself. The drag... I can't say for sure where it came from, how or why, but I do know this. It's shrinking our future by the... It's not that I believe, it's that I have seen. Then, no longer than a few mere moments after you arrived. Though I cannot say for certain. In fact, every last question that ever plagues your noggin might well be... But why spoil the mystery? As after you... Yes, just as I'd hoped. There she is. There it is. Come, don't delay.
And he's off.
It seems the imp has spotted exactly who and what he'd hoped to find here.
Could it be, milady?
Indeed, Sir Imp. As surely as you are he who chronicles all.
Astounding! Unbelievable!
You have brought guests,
My reaction exactly, milady. It was their arrival here at the end of time that instigated...
This is a question better put to our guests themselves. Tell us, if any other being in Rivellon asked me about the details of that... But you are different. Of you, so please, do tell me. How did... A stone? So... It was a stone that caused the great shock of energy. Not like this, no. What happened to you is unique in... Never had I experienced something so... contrary to my nature. To weave something I had not seen, but yours has. You appeared before me from the moment you came into contact with that...
But, Madam Weaver, how is it possible? Do you not see...
Like the stones, your guests are a mystery to me. I see them before me, source hunters. It would seem that yourselves and Starstone are inextricably linked. Why and how, I cannot say. Starstone is not what it seems, source hunter. Its true nature. Do you see what violence my work has suffered? What wounds lay upon the tapestry of time?
Mysteries of all time, gaps in history.
It would appear that Starstone transforms at your touch, granting me new thread by which...
I see.
Yes. Though I cannot explain why this... If we do not restore time, if we do not discover the true nature of these stones, indeed you must. Though I may not yet understand why. It seems that...
Why, of course! That's what they were doing. I have recorded their doings, you see. Collectors of Starstone.
Without these stones, Hunter, there will be no Rivellon. The entire tapestry will crumble.
That shall never be, milady. As sure as Zix comes before Zax, we will please our most mysterious guest. Are you ready? What'll it be, Source Hunter? Do tell.
How welcome you are upon this realm.
The glint in your gaze and the set of your brow. No, with you searching out Starstone, I believe but you'll need a way to travel between Rivellon and this homestead, won't you? Luckily, the power of portals is known to you, so I'll let you in on the little secret of how... Off you go, then! You've Starstone to find, and I've a tapestry to examine. Cross my heart, hope to fade in the void. Before you go, Source Hunter, a final word. Once you return to... I hope he'll be able to help you as much as he can. A question has me stumped, milady. Why are there two of us? Two beings that record all of history parallel to one another.
That is a good question, Zix.
Source Hunters, I welcome you once again to the realm of Rivellon after your... I know the imp historian has told you about his agent on Rivellon, and that agent is I. So now that you know of the alliance, and I'll be delighted to give it. Dark webs are being woven around these parts. It can therefore hardly be a coincidence that Councillor Jake was a collector of the stones we seek. That means the task you have been given remains crucial. While you were being lectured by our friend the historian and the Grand Dame, the advantage of being a cat, you know. You go where you please with impunity. That's where I saw them in a cabinet. Mere slivers, but specks of starstones nonetheless. They lay there, silent and innocent. Don't we all long for a sanctuary where our worldly troubles can be held at bay? A bed or a basket so snug it becomes, in a word, safe. But perhaps I speak only for myself. Like any cat worth its salt, though, I deeply cherish a secret refuge I met him first, a long time ago, out in the wastes of Youthful Gore. So I told him who I was and showed him my human form. In the end, he even shared his great sorrow with me. The unspeakable thing. Let me phrase it like Zigzags might. A universe without... I'll not pretend to have all the answers. All that If Zigzags worries, I worry. Oh, before you go, here. Take this teleporter pyramid. You'll need the other one too if you want to make use of its powers, but alas, I seem... Now that this matter has been settled, Hunters, I shall detain you no longer. But rest assured...
What is going on here? First I have to shoo away a creeping white tomcat, and now there's a perfect stranger in my bathroom. Get out, will you? A magical pyramid, eh? Out! No, if you please! This room is private. Don't just stand there. Go! Away with you!
Unknown to all time, are you? I'll tell you who you are. Source hunters, members of the most esteemed order in Rivellon. Here to find out and grind out. What are you? You think I'm... No, comrade. I just hope this fancy of yours doesn't interfere with your real job, or have you forgotten?
Ah, how intolerable it is to think that all the knowledge of the world is... And yet I am a tad jealous of that jabbering little jester. To know all. It is a consummation devout. You'll rue the day you lend your trust to anything that is demon-touched. Let us learn, Hunter, where the... Interesting devices, these pygmies among pyramids. They may be small of stature, but you do well to treat them with the utmost care. Perhaps it would even be for the best if you sling them into the reaches of infinity that surround the shelter plane. Better so I shall. Always remember, Hunter, always, that when demons are in play, you, the very moment you are certain you have the... Dueling with demons is like playing chess against...
Beyond these walls, the dead roam free, Hunter. Be vigilant.
No, where is my pepper? Did it sprout legs and run away? Ah, yeah, it is. Did it sprout legs and run away? Well, hello there.
Greetings. These stores are for our legion.
Don't let that rooster escape. He's a...
True story indeed.
Hey, stop that! That was close. Let's have that bird then.
These stores are for our legion troops. Rivellon's finest work up my fine
I think that was an insult.
Good luck out there, Hunter. Evil.
You'll only encourage it. Hey, who's that then? Come on.
Easy, Tull. That's the source hunt.
She may have the look of a woman if you squint hard enough. We got reports of a strange-looking outsider skulking through the town with her bow drawn. I found her crouched. I tapped her on the shoulder to see what was what, and the beast startled like a wild...
Bit Tullia right in the face, she did. It wasn't pretty, and now it's got a chunk.
Enjoy it while you can, Ver. There's not another legionnaire in the cohort that'll...
I'd say you ought to take her off our hands if you had the space. Though we couldn't guarantee...
Ice blue eyes, narrow beneath a heavy brow streaked with sweat and dust.
Her brow knits together. But something...
I am Bear Daughter. I have not come here to find trouble with the...
And you are a source hunter. This woman here, The one who now plots her revenge. She crept behind me while I was hunting, but soon their swords were upon me. And they forced me into this cage,
Careful, Source Hunter. If I keep my eyes off this cage, the beast like...
I'd say you ought to take her off our hands.
She may have... We got... I tap. Enjoy it. Careful, Source Hunter. If I keep my eye...
I'd say you ought to take her off our hands if you had the space. Though we couldn't get...
She may have the look. We got... I tap. Enjoy it.
That's it.
What can I do for you? Do you now? Yours is this mistake to make, Hunter.
Bear daughter remains... Careful, Source Hunter. If I...
Well...
After all, a fearless...
Well, that's a relief, ain't it?
Heed me, Source Hunter. She's not good for...
You say you will take me under your wing, but I see no feathers. Are you a child of the birds? In truth, this is a relief. Your world is made with rules I have not yet memorized, and so the lonely babe was fed upon the wild mother's milk, and the wise godwolf Amira raised the child. Ask freely, my friend. Your city is far more wild. Here, a tiny screech woman, no swifter than a mud.
Those who embarrass a rich folk get the shining recruits.
Sorry, sir. Source Hunter, I have heard tales both grand and... In Home Forest, every creature acts according to the nature of its kind. Birds frighten easily, badgers fear little. But amongst men, there are no guarantees. It is difficult for me to claim humanity as you do. I am still learning to see myself in the faces of those I meet. It is strange to stand with one foot at...
About face! What have we here, then? Gods above! Some politicians snap. Nevertheless, I want to be kept in the loop. Understand? I am in command of this town, not Mayor The scene of the crime is over at the King Crab Inn. You can tell the guard you have my permission to enter. Esmeralda is Jake's wife. Well, widow. Everyone in town down to the crabs. What? You're going to stand there and claim with a straight face your order never wrongly tortured and executed anyone? Hardly.
I hope your quest fares well, dear hunter. What? I'd never. What a delight she is. The temperament of a tiger.
With many cheeses.
Stop right there. Until you... Not exactly the friendliest bloke, the captain, is he? Well, your reward for getting your ear chewed off.
I was really hoping to find something better.
It's easy enough to gain new strength when one is carrying an entire team on one's shoulders.
Have no fear, my friend. I'm determined to prove my worth. Maybe the lock can be jimmied.
Need to blow this one.
Have you ever had the fortune of challenging the fabled wizard of Hunter's Edge? They say he's privy to ancient and arcane secrets, the likes of which I doubt you could even fathom, old friend.
Ah, hello. I suppose you... Yes, she and I have a history. As easy as it would be to pin suspicions on Esmeralda or I assure you that the affair... Jake and Esmeralda had no great affection for each other. He had his interests, she had hers, and there was which one? I've written Esmeralda more works of lyrical mastery than I can count. All...
Sure you've met your match once or twice.
Not in the mood for cheese. That excuse is more holes than a slice of this fine almond there.
So tell me, Septimus, would your wife or sweetheart be compensated by the Legion?
Lords above, grant me patience. You're a source hunter, aren't you? Here because you think I killed my... Like I told just about every Legionnaire in town, I don't know anything about poor Jake's murder. I want his killer. So what happened? Some of them tittle-tattling crab chasers down the pub call me a murderous gold digger. Oh, don't put stock in the hastily scribbled words of a lovelorn fool. This letter, it was a show of passion. A poorly worded passion. I am Esmeralda, wife of Jake, and now, alas, his widow. Poor man. We were both so young when we married.
Starstone? I've never heard of such a thing. Dear Jake had a mineral collection, yes. Do you mean to imply he collected something dangerous? Something that may have gotten him into... Well, what do you want to know?
She seems to be quite adamant about her innocence.
We'll need to look for evidence if we want to prove she actually did the evil deed.
The hunter returns! I hope you are here to shop rather than...
Thank the Seven, we've secured the perimeter. Greetings! These stores are for our Legion troops. Rivellon's finest work up mighty fine appetite,
Sorry, sir.
Ah, the Source Hunter. I'm Captain Aureus, if you must know. Leader of... What about it? Well, have you found any incriminating evidence against her? Like I said, the girl's known to be a flirt. But that sob of a feral doesn't have the mettle to if you...
How can I help you, my friend?
These gates are to remain closed at all times. Well, I'll be a little red imp's uncle, the Source Hunter. You don't look like you're quite ready to head out into the wilds to me. You may have the... I certainly hope you know what you're doing.
Look alive, my good man. This gate'll be short
I
work
should
for a
have done this
well-equipped
from the
contingent of
very
orcs.
start.
The Sicilians retreated from this battle. But what about the orcs?
Either they've taken to the sea or set up an encampment in yonder caves. Keep your weapon at the ready.
Oh, hello! What have we here? An adventurer, I judge, by the word. Charla is my name, good friend. In any case, it has been time well spent. So many wonderful artifacts I've found. Have a look by all means. You look like... By the...
I've spotted something. I don't have the right tool for digging. Careful now. That... Well, what's this I've spotted?
Away with your weapons! I don't want to fight. I ain't after no fancies. Oh, it was such a...
Hand me my shovel.
First one to strike gold buys dinner.
Ha! That pathetic heap of source-addled frog skin thought it could fool us, did it? Old Medora knows for certain that orc. You rookies are learning fast. They say I can't even smell the sea air over this rock.
My coin's on that vile Gratilda.
Quite
She
the
never can
market,
brook
it
peace
seems.
for long.
Savageries in their very
You got an eye for bar potatoes?
Legion's greetings. So fair a lady I have seldom seen in all of Rivellon. My steadfast will I guard. Jake's murder is, in a word, a tragedy. He was well. You claim to possess evidence that implicates There now, she was stringing Ferrell along. Ha! A pampered brat, that Duke.